As a footballer, we go through periods of uncertainty that can cause unrest, anxiety, and concern. Even in my few years as a professional, each offseason feels like I'm walking through a cluttered room with my eyes closed. It's scary, treacherous, and there are no guarantees. How do I measure my fitness? How do I know when I'm ready? Will there be a coach that wants the type of player that I am? These emotions and questions are normal, and most footballers experience these at some point in their career. The difference between success and failure during this uncertain time is how I let these emotions affect me every single day. I could sit in my room and contemplate all the what-ifs of next season and worry myself sick about the trials coming up next week. Or I could get my ass out to the pitch and put in the work.
Which do you think I did? You're damn right. Here's how I did it.
All right, the first drill that you guys are seeing right now is called the box drill, and it's what I like to do for a warm-up every once in a while, and all it is 6 meters by about 4 meters, and I'm dribbling a skill move on the long side, so the 6 meter side, and then dribbling normally on the 4 meter side. And what I'm doing is I'm going around in a circle one way, really good turn, round in the circle the other way, and you'll watch as I go through the progression of the different skills. Each one gets a little bit faster as I get warmer, and it's just a way to get a ton of touches in, similar to going end line to 18 like you guys have seen in other videos. It's a great way to get a ton of touches in before I actually start the really meaningful part of the training. And obviously all of it's meaningful, but the really good nitty-gritty technical work that I'm going to get into after this type of drill. The first technical drill you guys are seeing here is one without the ball, and then you guys will see the rest with the ball. And this is one that if you've seen my day in the life videos recently, you know that this is a staple for me. This is a drill that I do probably, well, every single training session essentially. And what it does is it gives me a ton of touches, a ton of different movements with my body, and it's a really great warm-up technical drill, more intense than, of course, the box drill, but this one really gives me a good idea of the speed and sort of the way that my body's moving, and I love this stuff because it incorporates so many different things. The next drill that you're seeing is focusing on passing and dribbling. So it's going through a Ronaldinho drill. Actually, first, it's popping the ball up in the air higher than my head, ideally as high as possible, taking a touchdown really quickly, dribbling forward through a Ronaldinho drill, going through 4 cones right inside the 18-yard box, and then taking a touch to the outside and playing it to the right or to the left. I've left about probably 2 feet on either side where the cones are. You can also have one of those skill nets if you want, but this gives you a really good idea of make a really great touchdown, dribble, 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 and then play the ball out. So this is what that drill replicates in a game. The final drill that I worked on was a dribbling sequence into a 1v1 to either a cross or a goal. As you can see, I've set up obviously both the regular net, and then I've set up a net on the right side of that goal facing me so I can do crosses and don't have to go after my balls all the time. So it's a mini Corver-like zigzag to a 1v1, and then either a cross or a shot.
All right, so Mondays are fantastic because I get an opportunity to do mostly general technical stuff, and what that does is it sets me up for the rest of the week in order to get my legs under me from the long run on the weekend. I had a 14K run on Saturday. Today is Monday, and I am just absolutely thrilled to be able to get that technical stuff done so that it sets me up really well for the rest of the week. Now, I'm gonna hop on a Zoom call. I've got a Zoom call with a subscriber who has went on my website and bought one of those one-on-one Zoom calls, so I'm very excited for that. He's actually a current player at Seattle Pacific University, so a D2 school, played at Crossfire, which is my alma mater as well, which is awesome. And then we'll get some food and get on with the rest of the day. It's gonna be packed with some great storytelling because I have some things that will really help with the anxieties and a lot of the weird feelings that I described in the introduction. So that'll help a ton.
Hey, how's it going, brother? How are you? My biggest piece of advice when thinking about that stuff, because I think that's a good question to ask yourself, right? And that once you get, especially into the higher levels of college, and then if you have ambitions of playing in the professional game, that sort of stuff really matters. Like those one or two things, like you get like for instance, I'm an outside back. I am like, my biggest thing is my ability to bomb forward, get tons of opportunities. So I'm assisting all the time. I'm scoring goals. I'm doing that from left back. That's like my thing. A coach literally has said to me before, I mean, I was at a combine in Tulsa and the coach said, look, you play a certain style and you're well and good enough for, it was Chicago House, the NISA team. And the head coach was like, you're well and good enough for my team. In fact, I think you should go to a USL championship team, but I'm not even gonna recruit you because your one thing doesn't fit in my system.
All right, guys, I've got some Spanish rice and some chicken thighs, which I'm very excited about. I'm so hungry. Ooh, that's really zoomed in. Yeah, which I'm very excited about. I'm gonna get this down and then we'll hop into filming another video which will come after this one, and that is my top 5 boots of 2021.
All right, guys, we're gonna go 5 all the way through till 1 with a couple special mentions in there as well. So without further ado, number 5 is the New Balance Furon V6 Plus Pro in the wide variation. Now, the top 5 boots for my 2021 are gonna be boots that are ranked in a couple different places. They're gonna be ranked on, 1, how much I love the design of the boots, and how much, in no particular order, how much I love the design of the boots, how well they fit, and how likely I am to actually wear them in a training session or game.
One of the things that I really pride myself on is continued learning. Now, what I'm doing right now is actually going through the Casey Neistat film class, and it started today. It's on monthly. I don't think you can get into it anymore, especially by the time that this video comes out. But it's things like this that I love doing because I actually really have a passion for filmmaking. I don't just do YouTube because it's fun and it's part of my brand. Like, yeah, I love building the brand and I love having conversations with you guys, and obviously making videos helps me communicate my ideas and all that stuff. But filmmaking for me really is about quality and about expressing art and about doing things that is fun and I love. Just in the same way that I love to go training, I love to do things like this where it's a continuous learning opportunity, and I'm learning from a guy who's got a ton of subscribers, huge audience, brand deals with like Samsung and some of these massive companies that is so, so cool, and things that I would love to do eventually. I don't know if I want to be like a professional filmmaker. I love doing my own little videos, but I do love the filmmaking process, and so this helps a ton with learning. So today I'm just watching the intro. It is the first day. It goes for 30 days, and it'll hopefully get me right until preseason starts, which will be a great opportunity for me to learn and get better at some filmmaking. So hopefully in the next couple videos, you guys will definitely see an improvement in the way that I start to think about film. Who knows? I don't actually know what I'm going to learn in this class, but I do know that it's going to help and hopefully translate to better and more entertaining content and educational content for you guys around my one and true passion, which is football, playing football. So yeah, let's get after it. All right, so in the intro, I talked about some of the things that were a struggle being a professional footballer in this off-season period. And I know other footballers who are friends of mine have established very similar feelings that they have. I should say emotions. You choose to feel things. You feel emotions, right? So you have a lot of emotional feelings in your body. You choose to feel which emotions you want. That's a conscious choice in my book. So we're going to talk about what I choose to feel. And we're going to talk about a couple different things, and these are things I want you to write down because these are the controllables in the situation. So my situation, I'm a positive-minded person. I'm a driven person. I'm a very emotionally capable person of handling this pressure. Oftentimes, success comes from handling a certain amount of pressure and moving forward and through it or over it, whatever obstacle. So we're going to go over a couple things that I want you to write down that are super, super important in this period of uncertainty in your life. If you are experiencing anything like I am, if you have ever, or I know you will at some point in your career. So these are really, really important to think about. Okay, so here are the controllables that I think about. And this is how I know in the next couple weeks of trials, I'm going to find a team with a coach who wants me and who is gonna give me the time that I deserve with all the work and stuff that I have put in, right? So point number one, and these are in no particular order. I take all of these into account when thinking about my particular situation. Number one is sticking to my routine. Sticking to the routine is something that every single player at the top level has to go through that process of thinking, man, everything else is going crazy. I could sit in my bed, I could do nothing, I could watch TV all day, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick to my routine. I'm sticking to the things that I know, and that will carry me through to the next moment that I get to prove that I belong in that top level or that next level that I'm getting to, whatever it is for you. The second piece of advice that I would give is that if you don't have an agent or somebody who can mentor you in a process of getting to, maybe it's college, maybe it's getting to the academy level, maybe it's getting to the professional level. Once you're in the professional level, this is one of the reasons why I think agents are so important. I have a call with my agent later today, which you guys will see in this video, and I will ask him questions about, hey, here's the emotions that are running through my body, any tips and tricks on how to deal with them. It's always in a positive light. It's always, hey, this is exciting. This is really cool that I'm able to have these emotions because it's such a great opportunity I have coming up in the next couple weekends. And so how do I deal with those things? So asking somebody who's more experienced, who's been in the game for a longer period of time, who's at the top level and who understands the market, if you will, that is a great piece of advice that I would recommend all of you do if you're feeling unstable. The next piece of advice that I would give to all of you guys is something that I've struggled with immensely in my career. So please take this advice, okay? Take it to heart. Rest and deload the week prior. Usually the football aspects of things, go out, play, have fun, train hard, do your thing. But lifting and fitness, you want to deload, decrease that load so that you're not completely fatigued for whenever that trial period is. For me, it's the next 2 weekends from now. And so I'm going to be deloading this week and deloading next week, right? Because there's a ton of pressure on my body to perform those 2 weekends back to back. And especially with the way that a lot of these tryouts are put together, I'm going to be working my ass off for a good 120 minutes at least, if not 2 to 2.5 hours usually per day, if not more, during this trial period. So it's really, really important to deload, take that load off your body, and do the things that are necessary in order to make sure your body recovers prior to that high performance level. This. Lots of water and good food. You need to have the proper nutrients. That is something you can control. Maybe it's no desserts, maybe it's no alcohol, hopefully it's no alcohol, hopefully it's no drugs a week before your trial. But again, make the right decisions when it comes to your nutrition and your hydration. Make sure you hydrate a ton. Those are things that are in your control, and you definitely will help your body recover better and perform when you get to that weekend. The last piece is something that I say to myself almost like a mantra, and that is, number 1, I have put in the work. Number 2, all of the mental strength stuff, all the physical strength stuff, all the fitness, all of that has come together over the last 8 months in order to get me to the place that I am today. And that place is well and above the threshold for getting back into the professional game. All of these things that I've just explained come together and culminate in a feeling of no matter what it takes for me to get from here where I am to right there, right where you guys are, right? The next couple of videos that you'll see, hopefully I'll be signing some paperwork. Again, for me to get from here to there, it's going to take all of the things that I've just explained, plus all of the work that I put in, all the mental strength, all of the physical strength, all the endurance, all the technical training, the tactical stuff. All of that comes together. And I know up here that there's going to be obstacles for me to get from here to there, but nothing's going to stop. And that is what makes the difference between becoming a pro, staying a pro, and getting to the top level. All right, it's time for a little bit of shopping. I got to go into Met Market really quick and grab some protein bars for the morning. Side note, I don't really like to have full meals before I do like proper training sessions in the morning. I like to eat very little before training sessions, but of course I have to count the calories, so blah, blah, blah. Okay, so protein bars, some apples for my mother, and then 1 or 2 things for the wife. So grab those, bring you along, and we'll go from there. Oh shoot, I need a mask. You know why I'm not gonna say the word, because otherwise I'm gonna get demonetized on YouTube. Do I have any in here? Hats. Yes, I have 1 left. Amazing. Okay, see you guys in the store. All right, that is good shopping trip. Oh, let me get this over here. Perfect. All right, so great shopping trip. Got all the things I needed on my way home, and then we're gonna crush a lift, and we're gonna do it outdoors just because I think it would be fun. See you soon. If you were to take what I had for lunch and Command C and then get an empty plate and then Command V, that would be what I had for dinner. It's the exact same thing. Chicken and rice. And a little bit of peanut butter. Get those fats in. Beautiful. Tastes delicious. What am I gonna do now? Oh, I have to shower. I hope you guys enjoyed that workout. Little fun outdoors. I don't really do that. Usually I'm either in the gym or I'm at my, in my parents' basement, which is where I live also. And yeah, so I got a shower, and then I think I'm just gonna hang out with my wife for the rest of the evening. Chill, play some video games. Yeah. So why don't we end the vlog here? It's already like 7:40? Yeah. 7:40. Let's end the vlog here. It's been a beautiful day. Very excited. And yeah, man, life is good. Thanks so much for watching. If you got all the way to the end of this video, you are a rock star. Thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video if you got value from it. And of course, as always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.